Anyone seeking financial freedom to retire early or FIRE knows that many options exist to save money and invest. Today, I'm excited to share with you 16 ways to help you reach FIRE faster. The question is, what's the best way to go about it? The problem is that there's no one-size-fits-all answer, as the best method depends on each person's unique circumstances. That said, there still are some critical steps that anyone can take on their path to FIRE. Thank you for tuning into my Beasting FIRE journey, where my wife and I recently hit Coast-FIRE, allowing us to semi-retire and move abroad. In this channel, I love sharing tips on how to build wealth to last for generations to come. If you haven't already, please leave a like and subscribe for more content to come shortly. Okay, so number one, in order to retire early, one must have a plan or decide exactly when they want to retire. Think to yourself, at what age do I want to be financially independent? Are you talking about retiring at 40 or maybe 60? Of course, the answer to this question will play a huge role in determining how much you need to save and invest. It will also shape the remainder of your FIRE journey. So there are different ways to calculate how much you need for retirement. A common and popular method is the 4% rule, and there's also the 25 times rule when considering retirement. Next is to take into account cash flows and how much you owe. Simply put here, guys, cash flow is key. FIRE, or financial freedom, isn't just about saving money. It's also about ensuring that your cash flow remains positive throughout retirement. So we must take into consideration and do a self-audit, you could say, of how much you earn, how much you spend, and how much debt you have. Let's say, for example, someone is earning a high salary but has an enormous amount of debt. This will make reaching financial independence a much longer journey. The problem with debt is that it acts like this weight, dragging us down and thus hindering our progress. I've got to say here that getting rid of debt is an incredible feeling. I paid off $56,000 in student loans, and the relief was quite literal and amazing. So don't give up. Keep up the hard work to get out of bad debt. Number 3 is to consider prioritize investing in your future. Once you have a handle on your cash flow and debt situation, it's time to start thinking about, yes, investing. Investing allows your hard-earned money to go to work for you and grow over time. There are many different options, right? So it's important to research and find the right ones for you. If you're young, don't be afraid to take some risks. But make sure those risks are calculated risk, okay? So my wife and I purchased our first real estate property in our early 20s while still attending college. We learned many valuable lessons and were able to turn it into an investment property that later brought us passive income. So remember to be flexible and adjust that investment strategy that you have according to your age and your tolerance to risk. Next, automate your finances. Set up automatic transfers from your paychecks into your savings and investment accounts. This will help you make so much headway on your goals without even thinking about it. Automation is key to achieving financial independence because it takes the emotion out of decision making. You also want to ensure that you automatically invest your money in the right places. Now on to number 5. Live below your means. This doesn't mean that you have to live like a monk per se, but it does mean that you need to be more mindful of your spending and where your money goes each month. Seriously consider your every purchase and ask yourself if it's something that you truly need and adds real value to your life. Many people find that they can save a ton of money just by making small changes to their spending habits. If you don't need it, don't buy it. Of course, that's easier said than done, but it's still something to keep in mind and continually practice. Number 6, work hard to make your expenses lower. You may be asking yourself, how is this different than living below your means? Well, living below your means is more of a general principle. Keeping your expenses low is specifically about finding ways to reduce the amount of money you spend each month. There are many ways to go about this, but one of the most popular ways is to downsize or minimalize your lifestyle. Although it may not be the most exciting decision, moving into a smaller house or apartment can save you a ton of money, whether it's on monthly rent, mortgage payments, utilities, etc. Okay, number 7, make some extra money. There are many different methods or ways to do this, but one popular option is to start a side hustle. This could look like anything from pet sitting for friends to starting a blog or selling products online. Throughout college, my wife and I would frequently help pet sit for our friends, which was a great way to earn some extra income and was something that we really enjoyed. The key is to finding something you are passionate about and that you can do in your spare time. Making a few extra $100 each month can significantly affect how long it takes you to reach FIRE. Number 8, go back to school and further that education. No matter where you find yourself in life, there's always room for further education, right? Returning to school or picking up a new skill can help you get a better job and make more money. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to go out and get a PhD per se, but taking some classes or getting a certification is something that can really pay off. The goal here is to make yourself more marketable and increase your earning potential. If you can do that, you'll be well on your way to reaching FIRE faster than you normally would. Number 9, get rid of debt. To retire early, you really must get out of consumer debt. Now, the reason for this is twofold. First, debt is a massive weight that hangs on us. It's both emotionally and physiologically draining. Second, debt costs you money. The interest payments on your debt could go towards your retirement instead. The more money you spend on interest, the longer it will take you to reach FIRE. So, if we're serious about retiring early, we need to get rid of debt and begin living a debt-free life. You could always try out the debt snowball method or the debt avalanche method, two popular methods, both of which I have videos about in this channel that you're welcome to check out. Okay, now on to number 10, put as much money as you can into your retirement accounts. Of course, you'll want to do this after paying off your debts. There are tax benefits to doing this as well, which we'll discuss briefly. But the most important thing is that you're putting that money away towards your future. The more money you can put into your retirement accounts, the better. This will ensure that you have enough money to live comfortably when you retire. So my wife and I both are big fans of the Roth IRA and maxed out both of our accounts this year, which is such an amazing feeling. In total, we contributed $13,000, $6,500 per account. Number 11 is to reduce your tax burden as much as possible. You may want to hire out a good accountant to help you with this, but there are a lot of different ways or methods that you can reduce the tax burden. This could look like taking advantage of tax breaks, setting up a home office, and deducting your business expenses. The purpose of this step is to keep as much money as possible so that you have more going towards your retirement. Of course, it's important to be honest and upfront with your taxes, but there are legal ways that can help reduce your tax burden. So why not take advantage of them? Number 12, you may want to consider relocating to a cheaper area. This option may not be for everyone, but if you're serious about retiring early, you may want to reconsider it. For example, moving to a cheaper area will reduce your cost of living and free up more money that can be put towards retirement. We're talking about lower mortgage payments, cheaper groceries, and lower utility bills. If you work remotely, this is an especially good option. You can live anywhere in the world and still work from your laptop. This is a huge benefit I've seen working abroad, living here in Asia, and creating these videos for you. Tip number 13, don't forget your health. Remember, health is one of your most important assets. The healthier you are, the less money you have to spend on medical bills. You'll also be able to earn more money now because you're healthy and can work longer hours. And you'll have more money in retirement because you don't have to spend money on unnecessary medical bills, which will result in more money in retirement. So let's work hard to take good care of our health now, and we'll certainly reap the rewards later. Number 14, invest every cent that you do not spend. Any money left over at the end of the month should be invested. I want to say here that it's important to have an emergency fund saved up as well, so I highly recommend getting out of debt, saving up a fully funded emergency fund, and then invest every other cent to investing. Lots of videos on emergency funds and emergency funds in retirement on this channel. Make sure to check them out. Let's say that your current budget has $300 a month for entertainment, but at the end of the month, you only spend $200 on entertainment. That extra $100 should be invested. You may think that this $100 is meaningless and can just sit in your checking account, but that is not true. The $100 can grow into a lot of money if you invest it. I'm personally a big fan of low-cost index funds and ETFs, so you can invest it in these low-cost funds and watch it grow. Tip number 15, don't be afraid to make changes. If you're feeling unhappy with how things are currently going, don't be afraid to make some life changes. This is true both in our personal lives and financial lives. If you don't enjoy a job, it may be the right decision to quit and find something else. If you're struggling to find happiness in your current situation, it may be time to switch things up. Number 16, try not to let your emotions get the best of you. Our emotions can be our biggest ally, but sometimes can be our biggest adversary, especially when it comes to how we use money. As a rule of thumb, I try not to make financial decisions purely based on emotion. It's just like with investing, it is a long-term game. You need to have a long-term view if you want to be successful. So I hope by now that you have a better idea on how to retire early faster. It may not be easy, but it is certainly possible, and you can enjoy the journey along the way. It's important to start developing some discipline with money spending and the way you react to money decisions. I recommend first just trying one or two of the tips in this video today, and then slowly progress to the other ones. Also, please make sure to drop a comment below with any other tips that you've experienced and ways that you enjoy your financial freedom journey. If you haven't already, please give this video a little love and subscribe for more. Catch you next video.